Welcome to a video discussing what I think Bushiroad should restrict for Vanguard early 2020. Bushiroad Japan has announced that they will reveal a new restriction list on their live stream this February 25th, 2020. And as of this video's production, Bushiroad US has also confirmed that the English restriction list will also be announced on the same day. As someone who recently reached 10k subs as a Vanguard YouTuber due to dank memes, I'm the most qualified piece of shit to predict what should get restricted. Let's begin. For standard V-Series Shiroyuki, ever want to know how it feels to fight against G-guards using your standard format deck? Murakumo is currently the only clan in standard that has the ability to disrupt the opponent's play during their own fucking turn. If this wasn't enough, Shiroyuki has some of the best support cards that pays for itself. Choice restricting this with Hyuga does nothing, since the Shiroyuki cards themselves are more of a sub-clan that can be tech in various Murakuma builds. The best solution is to restrict Shiroyuki down to 2 copies. This will make it harder for players to draw into her and make Jakotsu Girl or any madam less likely to work, but won't devalue their place in the deck. Sweeper Kanto. Tachikaze used to be the jobbing clan in the anime that they had to change Rive's clan in the V-Series just to make him look less of a grunt. And boy, that was a fucking mistake, since VEB09 gave Tachikaze enough caffeine that would make Starbucks look like a fitness gym. To any player who has gone through Hell or G format, Sweeper Kanto is like facing against a Gize player having multiple Zerath dragons on rearguard with the added bonus of being able to restand. The best solution is to just put this card down to 1 copy in order for the deck to feel less oppressive. Choice restricting Sweeper Kanto with Anger Blader would completely kill the deck faster than the Ice Age. From Colorful Pastel Caro, I'm just kidding. Ask again after 6 months when Vanguard beats Duel Masters in sales. Until then, keep tugging your long fishing rods. For premium, Green Katrina. Welcome to premium format Anger Blader, but with free breast implants. Pun intended. Many would suggest that either Gladiolus or Maiden of Trailing Rose are the problem, not realizing that Green Katrina would still be as effective as long as Bushiroad keeps creating cards that generate free token units until they can finally introduce a high rarity token card you'd be willing to throw money at. Seeing as the upcoming Tri-3 trial decks has one of the breast Neonectar units, chances of your next salary surviving is fucked. Green Katrina should be restricted to 1 copy as to make players think twice before using their single copy as their first stride. Banning her would just kill any token variant builds in premium. It's not like Neonectars have other stride options. Baka, Stillwater Ichikishima and V-Series Silent Tom. Because at this point it's tradition that I want these choice restricted, like how shippers don't like whom Nariyuki or Futaro ended up with in their respective series. Oracle Think Tank will always have this no fight no guard combo at their disposal anytime they become relevant. G-Series Wonderezel. Just as I said in my previous restriction list discussion, I still believe that V-Series Bowmains should be the one that needs to be restricted to 1 or 2 copies to reduce the amount of high roll matches with this deck. But now the format faces a new problem, that being Revere is taking over Ezel's place as Premium's Warp Evolution deck, but with a lot more bullshit. So it's finally time to kill off the inferior version's only way to generate advantage. What I'm proposing could very well change the way the restriction list are done fundamentally, but G-Series Wonderezel should be restricted from the player using XL2 markers. I call this a marker restriction. This kind of restriction will prevent any future decks from abusing XL2 markers if they have a way to keep rewriting their Vanguard. This marker restriction could also be applied to Dorian in standard format if Silver Thorns become too abusive in drawing cards, but that's another topic for when I get destroyed by Silver Thorns at locals consecutively. Uga still Demoness. Remember those criterias that Bushiroad always spouts every time they release a new restriction list? Let me introduce a card that checks 3 out of 4 of those criterias. While not being the most popular deck due to 80% of the player base not into vampires or are a horny teenage girl, it consumes so much time during the match that you'll need to become a vampire yourself in order to beat the time you lose looking at your opponent touching himself like a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh player. choice restricting are still demonous, with the current problematic units such as Death Anchor or Master of Fifth Element are a temporary solution, since any future darker regular units that gets released can potentially keep reviving this card back from the depths of tier 69 status. This card needs to be outright banned, unfortunately. It just creates more problems as the V-Series becomes less interactive and welcoming to filthy casuals. And that concludes this video discussing what I think Bushiroad should restrict for Vanguard early 2020. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments that this video should have been 10 minutes long. So here's some Monster Hunter World gameplay from my live stream to pad it out. Enjoy.